contesting the elections, particularly the representative candidate. Madeline, some of them can't wait for that October 10th to pass. Some people are worried, they don't sleep.
You really believe only the representative?
As a meaning, mostly them.
No, just say candidates across the board.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't want to limit to them because the fact is they are the one very close to the people.
Okay.
Yeah, the people see them in the community. I think
you're making market for the people.
It's difficult to deal with them. You know, everything I know how our country is like, particularly every time you say you want to represent the people or be their leader, how they take you. Some of them we know they will bring an entire breading and put it on you. You have to shoulder it. You see communication. Sometimes you laugh when you see some communication. some communication.
Like,
I think from the people to those who are aspiring for the position. Yeah, so some of them are going through tough time. How to shoulder some of the responsibility, how to assist the people, how to carry out road projects, road community projects, those things, because these are things that you need to do before the people can believe. They don't really, many people don't think about what happens, your function at that capital. Many of our people don't think about that. So the people, when you want to represent them, you have to act like government. Before they can believe that you are ready, you are strong to represent them. They carry and they talk there, man.
Please, happy don't funny. Yeah, but on a serious note, someone said, I think we should be asking what have you done, and what instead of what you will do. I don't know how you see that question, because for example, when they've not given you the opportunity to serve, no one have given you the opportunity to serve, so they don't know what you actually made of until you get in that position. For example, you've not been given the opportunity to serve as the president of the Sports Association of Liberia. Have you served that position before?
No.
Do you intend running for that post?
Yeah.
I'll be a campaign chair.
Okay.
And you will win. You will win. Anybody else be a campaign chair, you're gonna win. Not politics, right?
Yeah. No.
Not politics for now. Yeah, but on a serious note, if you've not served in a position, how do you know whether it's possible that you can make it?
For me, I think what we should be asking those who want to represent us at the Capitol building or at the national legislature, whether senator or representative, is the implementation of those functions that have been taxed, the constitutional function, that is the representation, the lawmaking. What will you do? What law will you enact to affect the life of the people? These are questions we're asking. What will be your oversight responsibility? For example, road does not leave from Douala to Bapuru County. There is no road. How will you engage the Ministry of Public Works? Yes. Responsible. What will be your lobbying power? What strength do you have? These are questions we'll be asking. We should not be asking them to come build community toilet for us. Don't ask them.
But Dolo, on a serious note, we all know the cardinal functions of a lawmaker. Is that of your rules? You can negotiate. You can. Okay. Let me say this, right? Some community chairpersons within, wherever you are, how many times have you gathered young men and women, intellectuals, to do project proposals, send it out to people, organizations, that can come and help you. You can work. You don't have to use your own money. You don't have to use the money that that's been intended for the district or the county. Right? You can work along with the young people, those brilliant minds, and then you can be able to solicit support, funding. Where can be able to carry out project, yes. Like hand pumps, like constructing, these small roads, how you call them. So that's it. But you lawmaker, you're not intending to build. You're supposed to build roads, build schools. But people are actually overly promising. The messages are overloading, and at the end of the day, the people will see you to be liar. They will say you've not been able to you've not been able to say what you promised. All of those promises, you didn't meet up with your promises, and then they start to have problem with you. Stop promising. When the people see the potential in you, they're going to vote you.
Yeah. So, for example, look at our school system, transportation. For example, the National Transport Authority (NTA). You don't see the NTA buses on the street anymore like it used to be. You see them from community to community. Some are running from red light to Douala. You don't see the buses on the street anymore. Probably because we don't know. So our senators for the county, for Monsuwato, for example, which citizens usually benefit me, mostly benefit from the transport service. In other counties that have the service they run, you don't see it. There should be the responsibility of our representative and senator to ask NT authority. Not to go buy buses and put on the street and make money for themselves. No. They should ensure that we have the public service very functional. These are the people you should be voting for. People who will be seeking your welfare at the public level. Not me. I buy my own car, put on the street and running. You getting money from it. Money goes to my family. It doesn't go to you. I build high school in my community or in one of the districts. I say, you'll come there free and pay small money. That property is for my family. It's not for you. Tomorrow, when I am not a representative, I will be charging you money for it. That's how it works. So you should be asking people, for example, we have public school. How are the public schools in your community, in your district? How are they functioning? Do the teachers have the materials? Do we have chairs? Do we have those basic facility at the public school? What are your lawmakers doing to ensure that these schools are giving the records authority? Only real lawmakers who understand their function will be asking these things. They will not go build hospital for themselves, and you go there, you get treatment, you say, yes, the person is really, really good. The person helping me. That's what our people say.
Yeah, but
these are the people they respect more. But these lawmakers who are at the Capitol building, their focus is on making sure that the ministers, the directors of the various agencies and ministry perform their duties. Our people say they are not the right people. They don't care about them. They vote them out overwhelmingly every time there are elections. But these are the people who care for you.
You want to say that again?
Yes, I'm saying.
I understand you good.
I'm saying most of the lawmakers, because if you go at the Capitol building, not all of them are bad. There are lawmakers there who really, really implement these three functions. When public officials, these people should be routine. When you see public officials, most of our people don't follow. But if you want to follow the Capitol building public hearing when the last time the Prime Minister was there, how many of the lawmakers were asking critical questions? For example, why the public works minister went before the Capitol building? How many lawmakers asked for public and critical questions about the roads in the southeast? Those lawmakers who were asking the critical questions, making sure that these are the ones that you should be voting for, because it is the right of the government to provide these basic necessities for you. And they can only do, when they are not doing it is the function of the lawmakers.
Asking question is just one aspect. You can ask the questions at the end of the day. More people ask the critical questions at the end of the day just for formality.
Yeah, because
so maybe you have to, I don't know, change the language. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I mean,
okay, maybe let me not say.
Maybe you can leave it open, let the public be the judge.
They can be the judge on that, but like you are saying, like what I'm trying to say is they should make those lawmakers that are trying to force the ministers and directors of agencies and ministries to carry out their functions, because government gave them money to implement these functions, to carry out these activities. But everyone carry out a laissez-faire attitude. For example, this will build community roads. For example, government budgeted to build market road in the southeast. The roads are not done. The lawmakers from the southeast don't care. Someone have to invite right then the plenary to invite the public works minister to answer questions why these farm to market roads or the community roads that we budgeted for, we put money in the budget, and these roads are not done. Why is it that? But if tomorrow I take my own caliper and go there and start to grade a road, I will be the best lawmaker. I will be the best person wanting to become. The people will vote for me for that.
So this is where people have to be, electorates have to be very careful. They need more education.
Yes.
And we here need to be very as independent as we are to ensure that people get the education that they need on all of these things, that they will not just vote on sentiment because maybe you just want to replace this person, then you just
replace.
You just go about voting, or maybe you have some personal issues with this person, and you say, oh yes, because of this, while passing you wasted water on me. No, those are not
real issues
that you should be looking at. I was at the debate yesterday. I went very late because I had to attend a program. The flag day, 176 flag day at the Centennial Pavilion, where they honor my sister. Yes, she received the best Monserrato Teachers Award. But I went at the Maggie B Town Hall. I think Shuffling Town Hall. Yes, Shuffling Town, and they had a debate. Yes. So I told you guys,
debate for representative.
Legislative candidates. Okay. I told them, I said, my people, you have to ask questions. Every question is important, but you have to ask good questions. You have to ask questions that make sense. Because if you don't ask all of these questions for these people to explain, to tell you how they are going to how they what their intentions, how they intend to run your district. At the end of the day, when they get to power, they are there. I mean, these cars are luxurious cars. You see that if you sit in one, you feel comfortable. You're not just going to be interacting with them because you not even have the time to interact with them.
Yes.
Some of them can be as selfish as they are. They will not come to the level of the people anymore until they want you to vote them back in power, then they come back.
Yes.
So those kind of people, you have to be very careful.
Very careful with them.
Like careful. What Adola is saying, you don't need rocket scientists. Like I would tell you, I'm part of an alliance that supports women, and this alliance is called Women Alliance of Liberia. And it's supported and funded and supported by the National Democratic Institute and the International Media Foundation. So I'm part of it, and we push women's agenda, right? But I will tell you, if a woman is not doing well, in a position,
especially elected position,
no, I don't want to say elected position. It covers all. These some ministers are not doing anything. They are just there. They're just acting cute, and we can get them there. Is that possible? If you are doing well, you are in you are heading a ministry, and what if a new government takes over? It's possible that they can retain you. So we're not only saying elected position. Elected position is key. Is very. It's number one on the list for all positions, especially within the public space. Within the public space, right? So if you are not doing well, then you should be replaced, and let them put people who have a lot to bring to the table.
Yes, I think that is the point that you just made. That is why we should be looking at people who are elected. Like you said, I just said, most of the people, I started a survey recently on private school that the Ministry of Education is giving permit to run. I have about 8 schools I visited. Private school, they have permit given to them by the Ministry of Education. These schools, some don't have zinc, some don't have chairs, but Ministry of Education gave them permit to run against the education laws. You get someone permit, but I take the buildings at my school, but I don't have zinc oil. But I come, you say I want permit for it. The ministry giving people permit for local school.
Yes, so I think we need to do investigation to know who the department at the Ministry of Education who gives permit. Yeah, we have to know what are those this school should be a certain standard before you give them permit.
Especially it is there. They have the standard there. They have the environmental standard of a school, but they don't care. They don't. It's not their business. Their children will not go to the school. They don't care. What they do is, by the time you go there, you have the money to pay. You pay the money. It's finished. No one will care to ask you. Let me see the level of your school. How far is your school? They don't care. That's the same way with health. All of our sector, the higher looks at people who run this ministry agency, they don't care. But look at our city, for example, Pinzio. You appointed a mayor for our city, and the city is filthy, and no one cares to ask what is happening. Why is our city so filthy? No one cares. So that's how it looks like. People sit at these positions and fail to do their work, but they get paid every month. When the month ends, they get their pay. They don't care whether the facility that they have given permitted to operate, they meet the standard. They don't care, but they don't do the supervision. So you see, that's how it looks like, even at the national legislature that we're just saying. So the lawmakers are to make sure that the monies that they usually allocate for the ministry and agency should be used for the intended purpose. If, for example, the national transit, for example, we don't see NTA buses anymore. When did we hear the lawmaker inviting the director to ask him why we don't see the buses anymore? Or we have our health system being broken down to pieces. You go to JFK, people keep complaining that they go there, no money, but they send you to just to buy drugs. When did you hear our lawmakers inviting the manager there at John F. Kennedy Medical Hospital to ask? They should make sure that that is their work. Not for them to build a private hospital to lie to you, say they are doing it to help you. It is not for you. Don't never praise any representative who will build school for his family name and not in your district name. And you say that person is the best for your district. No. Those who advocate, for example, district number 4, we have Dupo is a huge community. If a lawmaker advocate for a public school to be built on Dupo Road, that is a lawmaker for you. It's not one who will build his school and say you should go in the tent and you praise that person. No.
Okay.
These are things we should be looking for while we go to the election October 10.
So the three cardinal functions, right, lawmaking, representation, and oversight, right?
Yes.
Okay. So a bill, I want us to look at it. Spend a few minutes to look at it, right?
Okay.
So lawmaking, to build a bill to create a new law can be introduced either in chamber of Congress by a senator or representative who sponsors it, right? So then lawmaking, if you vote these people, if you should be asking the kind of laws. Now your bureau, it is not the function to build rules. It's the function to make laws, to put laws
that will protect you.
Laws that will protect you for the next 6 years, the next 9 years, the next 25 years. So you can't just be if I getting married and you will help me to sponsor my wedding. These are not questions to be asking these people.
Yes.
Lawmaking.
You're talking about lawmaking.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity once to speak with Councilor Gloria Scarf. Sorry, she's in jail now. And she said to me, even during her time, she said as senator, she said almost all of the bill, the major laws that are passed at that Capitol building are from the executive. She said it's not a new thing. And I want to even believe that even this current legislature, most of the bills they pass are from the executive, not from them. So you see that? I mean, we appoint these people, they know the bill, but they will not go for it. They wait for the executive to bring it. Because when the executive brings the bill, it comes with is accompanied by something for them to pass it. I'll follow the breastfeeding bill, for example, who is mandating mothers to breastfeed their to breastfeed their children instead of just feeding them with milk. That bill passed. You see? So it is a health bill that will enforce mothers to breastfeed their children instead of just giving them these milks that is being sold in the various stores. Like you see, cigarette says cigarette smoking is dangerous. It's been placed there on earth. If you want to smoke, it's there. They tell you, they give you that warning that this is it, but you can take it if you want to take it. So the bills also say that those who send these infant formulas the milk, they should also indicate on the sample that breastfeeding is the best. You can feed your child with a milk, but breastfeeding is the best.
It's the best.
Yes. So will such a law be implemented here in Liberia? We will do it, do business, we did it. So our people need to force them that when these laws are made, they are implemented for the benefit of the people.
All right. So we're done with lawmaking, right?
Yeah.
Ask your those candidates about the laws. What laws that they have within their manifesto that they're going to put forward, they're going to put on the table to persuade, they're going to solicit support, they're going to persuade people. They say, they're going to lobby in order for your district to benefit in Liberia as a whole.
Yes.
So the next one is quickly before we can move on to something else. Representation.
Yes.
Is the action of speaking or acting on behalf of someone or the state of being so represented. So the people going there to represent you.
Yes.
They're going to, because everybody can go to the Capitol building. Everybody can be there at the same time. That's why you choose one of them to represent you. You choose them to represent you, to make good laws, to fight for your benefit, to every other thing when it comes to your well-being, your livelihood. When it comes to your livelihood, I'm not talking about you as a person.
Yes, for the
constituent
or the
district of the people, because there are some people, as long as this person is good to them,
they don't care about the other people.
They don't care about the majority. That person, they will say, "Oh, that person is so good. That other person is so good." And the next one is what? Oversight, right?
Yes.
So
you're talking about representation that just it make the person always advocate for you. Know what you want. When you have your plight in the community, that person is going to carry at the national legislature. There where all of them meet to talk on behalf of their people. Yes. You want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Representation.
It's oversight.
Yeah, oversight. Sorry.
Yeah, oversight is oversee something. Like you are the head, you are the head of that place. You are there to oversee everything that goes on. You are it all boils down to representation. That's why they say represent. You are there to represent your people.
So so we have to be careful. You have to be asking this critical question when people come to your community. Asking on these three functions, how do they plan to represent you at the national legislature, implementing these functions?
You are like a surveillance camera, right?
Yes.
You are like a camera. How you call it? The surveillance camera. I want to break it down. The CCTV. Yeah. You are that camera that keeps eye on everything that happens within the legislature. You are not there to lead session. What session is going on? And most of you the same thing in school. Some people can't sit down in class. They boycott classes. They give unnecessary excuses.
And even though some representatives don't even go at that
building. At the end of the so maybe will also be asking for the attendance.
Yes.
If it is possible, how can we get? Should we ask honorable? Is it or who should we be asking for the attendance of these lawmakers?
I think it's the administration.
To the administration, right? Yeah, maybe we could go there. We could go and ask for, so we can tell them, because if you don't sit, if you are not in session, you should be in a district. If you're not in a district, maybe you travel out to go and lobby for help, because of what you told your people. Yeah. So, Dolly, you want to say something before we move on to the
Yeah,
next?
so I think we can move to the next. So we just keep encouraging our people. We are not saying don't vote for who you want to vote for, or we say when you vote for these people, especially the incumbent who are now seated, ask them the amount of bill they want to put forth at the Capitol building where these bill pass, how important is the bill, and how will it affect the life of the people they are representing, all of those things. They find out these critical
Ask
questions.
them whether they were in session.
Yeah, in section, whether they were there, what how many
yeah.
section, how many times they made section, because I think most of the civil society organizations and NIMO also have documents
yes
on the lawmakers as well. Normally, Jawlo is here to talk about how many of them go to work, how functional they are when they at the Capitol building, how many times they speak on the floor. Some of them don't care, they just go there.
Yeah, but
they just go there, they sign their salary every month.
So how is it possible
for the salary
that you put your finger up? Let's go back to the classroom.
Yes.
Because the legislature is almost like a classroom. They put their finger, they put their hand up, the finger up, and they are recognized. And then they speak on issues, right? So come back to the classroom. If you are not in class, how will you contribute to the lecture that been lectured that day by your teacher, your professor? It's not possible.
Yes.
So if you come the next time to class, when they will have to update you. And getting it from second hand, it will not be as, it will not be as the way the person who presented is not going to be like that. So you find out that people are just signing any kind of agreement because sometimes they don't go through these documents. These are legal documents. I don't know how many of you. Some of them are legal minded, but before you actually sign up to this, before you really agree to this law, you need some legal you need someone to actually interpret all of these things. So you cannot just be signing law. What is it? What am I man? Am I man Dolo? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me sign it, man. Let me and you don't go through it, you don't ask, those legal implications, those I mean, people don't just go through. I'm very, very sure that some of them do not go through these documents. They do not ask people to help them. Maybe you do not have that. I don't want to say it, but I believe these are all smart people in the house there. But maybe you need some assistance. That's what I want to say. You need some assistance, and you need to ask. You need someone to help you interpret what the person really trying to say, and all of those. They will help you.
Yeah, so man, as part of that, I started talking with someone from the research department there at the Senate. The person very versatile, they've been there for long, but he a little bit skeptical to come and join us. I want you to explain to us most of the processes that goes on at the Senate to explain to us. But I think he agreed. We'll try to bring him on here. He knows all of the senators, those that normally go to Senate, those that argue on the floor. We'll try to get him, but I don't know whether he's afraid or to come and maybe you will not lose your job. You are doing public service work.
Okay, just leave it with me. I'll get it. Yeah, but Dolo yesterday, along the route, RIA highway, opposite the town bakery, when we're ready to take course, we'll take course.
Yes.
Because if we take course, sometimes it can be so interrupting. As soon as we take course now, then the whole So let's finish. The business and I'm sorry, the business and economic forum today is going to be we're going to be hosting the project manager at Liberian Diaspora Exchange. Liberian Diaspora Exchange is going to be the project manager. He's Roland Kere. He's a project manager, and we're going to take him online as usual. So we have already sent the links to our panelists. They're going to be coming on as well. So we will be discussing activities surrounding the Liberian Diaspora Exchange. So on the highway yesterday, I just came from Margibi, and then I was in the keke. I saw this pickup These are the picture, right? I saw they pick up over the keke. So I tried recording. No, I told the keke boy, I said, stop. So please give me a few minutes. So I went asking one or two persons, asking them. And, as you're standing up, you also hearing what they are also discussing on the other side. So I asked the boy, this what do me say? He says, if I had if I have smartphone, I would have taken the people pictures. He said the old lady her foot like broke 3 times. It was so dangerous. So dangerous. He said, this is the guy in the keke is my friend. Yeah, he's my friend. But I don't know. He said it's very possible that they will cut some people's feet or amputate them.
Accident.
That's very terrible. According to the boy, I didn't want him to be so terrified, bring a recorder and stuff like that. But he said after the convoy passed, the president's convoy, because we're really asking whether I wanted to be sure whether President Weah convoy was this car was in President Weah convoy, and he said no. This car was coming from RIA while President Weah was going. And then he parked along the town bakery. So when just after everybody can be on, that's so crazy. Yeah. I think police should be there to sometimes regulate this movement, because it almost like it's out of order. As soon as the president's convoy pass, everybody's just rushing like that.
Get on the road.
It's so. Sometimes I look. I say, human beings don't behave like this, man.
Yes.
I mean, we are human beings. We cannot be comparing ourselves to our intelligence is actually different. Our IQ and everything. We are different. We are in the image of God, and that's how we should present ourselves. Yeah. That guy came from before you come in. That guy came from town bakery. And the boss said, if you check in the car right now, you will see his phone plug on. There's something he was on the phone.
Wow.
Yes. And then he said the guy when he came from on the other side, driving with one hand. That's how he just ran. And the keke man was also going to RI. While he was coming, he just lost control. And then he ran over that keke. And either they were all full, including the rider. The boss said the people. I talked to a lot of them, and that's why they told me. So if I have time, I will let to go back to see what. And the driver, they said he escaped, maybe out of fear.
Yes.
Maybe out of fear. So maybe when he's in one of these police stations, we don't know, but that was careless. That's why we always tell you on this platform,
yes,
drive safely. And just Dola, you will come in, right? The issue of driving safely is very important. We have to be very careful. These roads are under construction.
Yes.
These roads are under construction. The sidewalks are not prepared for cars to just land there safely. Because where the guy came from, he came from up. And I mean, it's just so terrible. The roads are still under construction. You have to be very careful. And the issue of defective vehicles flying the streets is very serious. The police need to take care. The issue where you have this vehicle that has one light,
yes,
that looks like motorbike. You supposed to have 2 lights. If possible, have some other reflectors on you. Maybe you are a big car, right? You need to have reflectors, those small lights, all on you for people to know how big you are. That's one. We don't see most of them carrying those lights. And if you park in your car, break down on the road, especially in out of town, anywhere for that matter, you need to have a sign, a traffic sign to indicate.
Yes, that's
There's a breakdown. And I think the last time I was on my way to Batawi, while we were going, I think we were coming from somewhere. But honestly, Bagaro, the lady, I don't know how many persons, I think it was PUL controversial elections we went for.
Okay.
The car met a packed vehicle. And this truck belonged to Drunko Water from Nima.
Yeah.
They ran into it, and I think I know how many persons died. Yes. So, and I have seen many at times accidents along the especially the Bong County, because most of the time we in Bong and stuff. Most of the accidents along the road are packed a vehicle along the way that one running driver that actually he does not have any, he got life in the store, will just run into it because you do not have a traffic sign over there. So let's be careful. Yeah, let me rest my case.
I think what I got from what you said is most of the accidents are caused by carelessness. People just drive carelessly, they don't care about, like you were talking about the red light Ganta highway. The Chinese festival, the road has various sounds. When there's a curve, there's a bump, they say you have a bump ahead. That's how people drive. You know, when you are in a curve, it tells you you are approaching a curve. When there's a bump, there's a bridge, it tells you this is a bridge. So when you follow these signs are not just, they didn't put these signs just because they want to place them there. They are there to guide you as you drive. So people, like you said, when you see the guys driving on these roads, these narrow roads, it's so scary. Yeah, so like you said, most of the accidents are as a result of carelessness. People drive drunk. They are careless. They just move about because we don't have the police. You go to the police car, they don't have vehicle, they don't have logistics to track these people down. But most of them only after money as well. They don't want to do the work. So we have so much, the issues are just so much. The sector are so challenging. The entire country is just difficult to talk about it. That's how it looks like. And we just got to pray to God. Only God.
No, my brother. God gave us 5 senses. And it want to make it say, it's a common sense.
Yes.
The thing there is that we have to put system in place. We have to put system in place. Like for me, I can tell you, you call me before you come to my house.
Yes.
If you don't call me, you can't.
Oh, why you laughing?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that should be.
Even my brothers, I tell them, friends and stuff, if you know my house, you have to call me before you come. You can just come to my house and because the gate is always locked. I have my own key. I mean the big gate, right? Yes. Everybody has their own key. So who you be expecting to? So if I need someone to come from my family house to come to me,
yes, you have to call.
My sisters, my brothers know. I will tell them, oh yes, I'm home, and you have to come, right? That system. The last time somebody did it, she did it. I mean, one of my in-laws, she did it. She came, my wife, my brother's wife, and she missed me. I told you, I said, anytime before you come to my house, you have to call. Just follow simple instruction. The issue, what I'm trying to say, the issue of system being put in place is very, very important. When we put system in place, even if we are not there, it remains there forever. We cannot continue to do it every time. Things that will have some negative implications on us. Things that will affect us for a very long time, and then we just say, oh yeah, we need to pray to God. God has given us wisdom
to do it. Melanie, you can put a system in place, but you need people to implement it. Yes, but we have our leaders they don't care. There's only one person in the country that everyone believes, everyone trusts. The whole country is Mary Bro. There's a woman who will give her draw air conditioned office. She will not sit there. She will make sure she on the feed. She makes sure that the work is done. How many of our leaders you see like that? They don't care. People give jobs to people. They don't. So you can put a system in place. A great America got system everywhere, but they got people to implement it. They are there. and these people do their work.
So it's a very good point you strike.
Mm-hmm.
If you champion the cause for a market, to build a marketplace,
Yes,
to build a hand pump, to construct a road, to construct a bridge, or anything that anything that benefits the public, you have to keep eyes on it.
mm-hmm.
You have the maintenance aspect. It's very, very important. You have to keep eyes on it. And it even goes to people who you are paying their school fees.
Mm-hmm.
You are using money, your own money. Whether it's something that you lobby for and you got this scholarship and then other people are benefiting, you have to check up on it. So it goes down to that. You cannot be helping people paying their school fees and you don't care. At the end of the day, they just
use the money.
Misuse the money.
Class, they bring you file reports.
Thank you.
Yes.
So if you help in constructing a marketplace, right?
Mm.
You have to. It can be you.
Yes.
That's why you always work with people, right? Tell them, keep eyes on something. For example, where the former president has a department called the President Delivery Unit.
Yes.
That they inspected projects and then they come back and give report. I said to be corrected, and that Clarence Moniba headed that. So you can find a little thing in your office, right?
Yes.
To do inspection when you are carrying out projects in a community, wherever, whether you find yourself in a public space or in a private place, you have to do it. The idea of supervision, the idea of maintaining what you champion a cause for that particular project to be implemented in that area. No, you can't just leave it like that. At the end of the day, it will be against it, because whenever you are passing and then you see this hand pump that you were on Zoom call for hours. For example, you were on Zoom calls for hours, and at the end of the day, it has broken down in a spot, and until they hit it from there, they put it one side, and after the whole place you feel bad. So before you can reach to that point, you have to assign people to this project. You see, it's difficult, but because you want to always be happy, you don't want that person who you are helping to sponsor them in school to always bring that failure. So you be like, oh yeah, check up on that person, their report cards and everything, or their grade sheets from the university, and check up on them and give a word of motivation. Lastly, Dolo, before you can come in, it was on June 17th. This year, June 17th, a press conference. Honorable Yeke Koluba, we had a press conference on June 17th. And then I think 2 days ago, he had another press conference. Okay. I've always been wanting to talk with Honorable Yeke. Wherever I know he knows me, and not in person now, but if he sees me, he will know. And if he sees me with True FM cap or whatever top I have on, he knows that this is Fina from Honorable. I am begging you. If you even say, Fina, you can come to me where I'm to my office right now, I will tell one of the drivers to drive me, to take me to where you are, so I can go and hold your feet. I beg you, in the name of God, please stop insulting the vice president. I'm begging you. I'm going very emotional with this. I am going very emotional with this. I'm trying to buy sentiment from her, right? There are so many young women who are following her. You discuss the issues and forget about worrying personal with people. People have their private life and let them be. I am begging you, Chief. I beg you, I hold your phone. Just know that the day I see you and I have the opportunity to talk with you, I will be at your feet. I will kneel down before you and beg you. I beg you, Chief. Please those of you that are listening right now, you please tell Honorable Yeke, you are talking about the issues. You are talking about if she did not do well in Bone County.
Yes.
Tell the people to vote the woman out. And I can see here, I say I'm a very big fan of Madam Jewel Howard Taylor, right? But it does not necessarily mean I should support her because she's a woman. And I should tell the people of Bone County or the people of Liberia to vote her where they think she has failed. I'm begging you, Honorable Yeke, please. I'm begging you. I hope God to beg you. You are discussing issues. You are discussing issues. Please. I was watching you, I think 2 days ago. I had to cut somebody was watching. I just had to walk out wherever I was because where my whole heart was like it was breaking apart. And I'm trying to put it in my shoes, and I'm also trying to put it in the shoes of my mother who is not alive.
It's bad.
I beg you, Chief.
Really, really bad.
I'm not coming to say, oh, and no. I'm begging you. And if I have the time to meet you in person, I'm going to hold your feet. You have to discuss the issues and leave her personality. I beg you. Too many people following. And I've been one of those that been following. I'm not saying she's perfect. She has her own problem as a public figure.
Yes.
You are talking about that. But please, in the name of God, Uncle, I beg you. Yeah, you can come in before we get.
I think elections are about exchange of ideas. That's why you see in the West, the people keep going ahead. They don't worry about insulting. They push ideas. The person that have the best is the person that the people go for. So sometimes you have good issues, but the way you put them forth, it becomes difficult for people to understand. It becomes very insulting. And these things are done on social media, and journalists go there and give you leverage, the coverage, and all of that. People follow and all of that. I think that you say is good. I hope that you can meet him. Probably he will listen to you.
And he will listen to me. I'm very sure.
From that. You got a lot of issues to talk about.
We are not the only one listening to live in the country here, man. No. We have other people, other nationals in Liberia, number one. Yes. And we have them, the entire world. The entire world. It goes everywhere. It's not like that even in the house is happening, in our house is happening. No. It's not only we're not the only one that listening to it. We're not the only one that listening to it. It goes across the globe. So, Uncle, I'm holding your feet. I beg you.
You didn't look at me, your uncle.
All right. So,
you want to announce the number now?
Okay, yeah. Let's take calls.
A few calls.
Yeah, a few is we have to do it. 777 25 38 19 0777 25 38 19 0777 25 38 19.
You can also call us on 0775 9321 70 0775 9321 70, and we can take it back. So
yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to thank you for the discussion concerning the role of a representative. And Brother Durabame, I will put you on my bike for an explanation.
Okay.
Actually, Madeline and Brother Duro, you said, as you said already, the house is for the elders. If you know what happened in retrospect of my current days in the 60s, 70s, those people in the house.
Yes.
I mean, these are people who are living their life. You know, come for the death, retire, and that's the work for them. But now, no matter sorry, I have to say, you start going for that house who renting just a bedroom. I mean, nothing for themselves. Because you want to represent people.
Yes.
You want to show what you have done for yourself. You can do for other people. And for those of you who are living on the media there, I wish you would educate us, how to select
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
What you want to do, not what you are done. The only thing is character. Before.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
What you look at. But sometimes or build you know, or be able to build a rule or build schools. Most of the schools they just
Okay. All right, sir.
Thank you.
I want to thank you. I said, what they calling from AB tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for placing in your call. Hello. Yes, sir. But Chief, you gotta punch your voice on. Oh, I wish you speedy recovery. Get well soon.
Everything for it. You can come back. So, and look at better where we are. Thank you, but I have bad to give you. And in fact, as you see, people are willing.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much. Always listen to your program once you approve one of I'm telling you now.
Okay, Chief.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thanks for placing in your call.
God bless you. Continuously go there, meeting, and always forcing people.
I will put on your phone. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks for placing your call. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Where is he now? Which part of it? Because someone who also was on the scene told me that he had a very hand bad. He was bad injured.
Yeah, I was telling you that if you really want me to go to our chairman, you will get a new church now because he said Timon.
Okay.
So do you know all of those that were on board? Are they in one area? In one hospital?
But I just want to say, well, when I meet officers here in our police, I saw a lady driving
She was drinking. Mm-hmm. No. Wow.
Yeah, I am calling me back.
For that woman to stop what she's doing.
Wow.
We have to stop our crowd that we're committing this whole
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. We have our guests. Everybody is on. Yeah. Hello. We'll take a few calls. And then we'll have a 1 hour discussion, 1 hour for 4 to 5. Yeah. Hello.
National discussion from our vacant decision of file Weaver community. The functions in the role. I think it's just about education, but the education as to how people should understand the role of the law because sometimes our people vote I will be rules. I will be you. And know that you don't know your function.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Don't you have battle? All right. You see the open. Yeah. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You just said right then, one of the callers share everything. I just want to add my own. You see, when it comes to representation, as the first caller said, you are going to represent a group of people. But our country is kind of different. We take people representative job is not for someone who's starting life. It's someone who has work, have achieved, acquire, and wants to retire. He has something to bring to the table. So all people, okay? When he comes, he's coming with some words. But look at what's happening today in our society. You see someone who begs, even our village people, when now you know how they can select a chief, they look at you, you must have people under your roof, group of people under your roof. This is why you saw way back people used to have many children. If you have many children, you control them, that gives you wealth. I'm not saying that you're happy enough, but they really do that because that you know how to deal with human beings. This is the country they're looking at. But for our society now, we will see someone who has never had even the kids living on him. They want to be represented, and people will run for him to make it representative. And this is why you say, why don't have you can give?
Okay. All right, Chief. Thanks for placing your call. Hello. Oh my God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I really want to thank you for the program. My current champion is absolutely that you're talking about those that are going to represent us in the house. And there is something about them that we just look at. We only look at what we're going to get today and what will happen for the generation to come.
Yes, sir.
We only look at ourselves today, what we want to get today, and then we should not be looking at what we will get. We should be looking at things going to be put in place and how those things will be together. Because when you talk about the pattern of functions, these functions are not being observed. All people come, they build house, they call it hospitals, they build a house, they call it school, and they do maintain them all because they are going to them and ask them for these things. It is not the thing that we should be asking for. We should be asking for what they can do. They got to know how they can maintain those things that will bring on board and how our future generation will benefit from them, not only ourselves. So this is the point where we should be looking at this program is helping us a lot. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thanks for placing your call. We have 5 more minutes up to 4 o'clock, and we. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Okay. Let me take another person. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Is on speaker?
Yeah. Okay. Hello. Yes, sir. Quickly.
Thank both of you for eloquently learning some of those devices that are eroding the developmental agenda of our country. Like you already said it, our country, for me, I don't know why our country is so loose these days. When you look in the country, the way things are unfolding, one would think otherwise. Almost all of our sectors are practically dead when it comes to functionalities. Nothing is really working. They were saying eating 2022, we have not saw any national problem in this country. We still facing those problems in 2022. The issue of rule, the issue of laws, the rule of law, the issue of education, and water. These are issues that will save the country when it comes to Madeline. And we are not able to come up with new vision of what we call the Liberian dream that we can work to work collectively. So losing the country like autopilot.
Okay.
Community still working when it cannot work at the community level, Madeline, it cannot work at the national level.
Okay.
You cannot solve local problem, Madeline, you cannot solve big problems. So that's the problem. In our division rights, in our community rights, family rights, there are a whole lot of problems. They are not changing Madeline. So we use the analysis to the divisions of our country.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. I think this is the last call.
Yeah, the last caller.
How are you?
Yes, sir.
I joined the discussion of this for most other countries. I did the voice of Africa. Apparently, that's why I said this morning, we as the elected, we as electoral voters, we are the ones that are making the continuous mistake for which people are malfunctioning when it comes to representing us. You see, the representative post, our posts are supposed to get given to people on silver platter. But in Liberia, the typical Liberian has a tendency of just giving votes to people without scrutinizing these people. This Madeline, at this stage, we shouldn't be liking people on the basis of them carrying on, impromptu impact projects, all because they want the votes of the people. These things are not welcome. Liberians should gravitate from that level of just giving the votes to people wherein these people will capture the votes, and at the end of the day, they continue to keep our people in total destitution. So why does we have election? I want Nigerians to put them on the microscope, ask them those kind of questions, ask them for nature which they are going to craft rules for you, ask them for nature which they are going to help to transform your life, ask them for nature which they are going to help liberate the young brothers and sisters who
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. We need to invite Akwe. Akwe is a regular caller, even on the TBS and as well as the state of the nation. So it's 1 minute up to 4 o'clock. Yes, our guest is in studio, online. We also have our panelists, Honorable Jackson George, and we also have Wapi Boble. So hello. Bobby, can you get me?
Is it like
Yes, we're not taking calls again. We're on different thing. I want a business economic forum. Hello, Bobby.
Yeah.
Honorable Jackson George.
How you doing? See, let me position myself.
I don't know. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Good evening for Liberia. It's 4 o'clock on the dot.
Good evening.
Yes. Bobby, can you get me?
Yeah.
All right. So those of you listening and watching, well, welcome to the Business and Economic Forum. We are here to discuss business. So, and I have on my left.
Yes.
Oh, you know your name?
Like I'm Edwin Dolo. Oh, I thought you wanted to go through the stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm Edwin Dolo.
He's Edwin Dolo from Bon County. All right. So we have with us today.
Edwin Dolo from Bon County.
Are you guys getting me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you guys hear me?
Okay. Yes. Very, very loud and clear. We are getting you. So we have our guest today is Mr. Roland Kere of the Liberian Diaspora Exchange. He's our guest today, and with no waste of time, we have to go straight into a discussion. So, Bobby? you want to introduce yourself, and then Mr. Jackson George before we begin.
Okay, excellent. Always good to be on this platform, Magdalene and Edwin. Thank you so much. My name is Bobby Bropler. I'm a financial professional here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in financial services for nearly 2 decades, and I like helping people. I serve as a panelist on this business and economic forum. We talk about all things business and economics relating to Liberia, the diaspora, and back home. So I'm happy to be here. And today we have
All right.
Mr. Roland Carey from the Liberian Diaspora Exchange, who's going to be talking to us about this unique platform, what it's about, how can Liberians benefit from it. I think it'll be a very interesting show. So let me pass it on to my colleague Jackson George. Go ahead, Jackson.
Hello, my name is Jackson George. Roland, welcome. This is a real good forum to be able to express yourself and tell our listening audience what LDX is all about. We look forward to a good show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be with you all. So my name is Roland Carey. I'm the project manager for the LDX initiative, the Liberian Diaspora Exchange initiative. I'm happy to be with you all. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you and to share the this platform with the Liberian people and Liberian public in Liberia and in the diaspora.
Sir, it's good to have you on, and yeah, so let's get the ball rolling. Bobby, you want to take it from that end?
Yeah, I'll be glad to. So, Roland, Liberian Diaspora Exchange. Everybody I mentioned that to, the first thing they told me about is what is the exchange rate? No, true story. Everybody thought it was something about financial currency exchange. Everybody.
So which sounds about right, though.
So please explain to us what LDX is all about. How did it get started?
Sure. I'd love to. So in about 2022, USAID, through a sub-implementer called Nathan and Associate in Liberia, put out a call for concepts. Can you all hear me?
Loud and clear, yeah.
Good. Put out a call for concepts, and myself and a group of other Liberians in Liberia as well as in the diaspora put a team together, and we wrote up, a concept around the promoting the diaspora engagement policy. At the end of the day, what it is the genesis of it started from promotion of the Liberian diaspora engagement policy, which is a draft policy by the government of Liberia. I believe it was started in the last administration. It still remains in its draft form right now, but USAID through Nathan Associates were looking for a way to promote that policy and to re-engage Liberians in the country and in the diaspora, to sensitize them basically about that policy. And my team put together a concept note, as I mentioned before, that centered around a combination of live events, but also really creating a digital platform for Liberians in Liberia and the diaspora to continue to engage further beyond the physical event. So platforms. Okay, hopefully you all can still hear me. In that, we created 2 platforms, and those platforms was one, what we call the community application, and that application is for Liberians to get together to talk, to commune, to engage each other, and it's open, it's free, so that we can have interactions that are organic. And then the second platform was what we call the business exchange platform or the web platform, and that place is where Liberian businesses can list themselves, and then Liberians who are interested in those type of businesses can go on that platform and find those businesses. So it's important for Liberians to support Liberia and Liberian businesses and support their fellow Liberians. So that platform is where you can go and find, regardless of whatever sector you're in, if you're looking for somebody who does hair.
Mr. Carey, the audio is very poor. Bobby?
It's poor? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm hearing him very
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah, because you are in the US.
No, I'm here with you. I'm here in Liberia.
He in Liberia.
Yeah.
So
We
The
we just
internet,
want
man.
our audience to, yeah.
No problem. I can slow
Yeah,
down.
but no, it's not about your. It's just the audio is like it's grounding. I don't know whether it's the earpods
Bluetooth?
or what.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
take them out. Maybe it'll work better. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, but yeah, just speak if there is any, then I will tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I think my last statement was about Liberians supporting Liberians. And basically what it is these platforms are simply about Liberians supporting Liberians, whether it's a service, it's a business, it's a community organization, it is regardless of whatever it is, and that's basically a place where all Liberians can meet and all Liberians can support each other. We can get our like minds together. We can potentially invest together. We can potentially, take over a sector together. So at the end of the day, what it really is about Liberia building Liberians up, basically. A lot of times, we use the figure that the Liberian diaspora sends $300 million back to Liberia, in forms of remittance and other ways. And we're trying to figure out a way how we can get together and invest together and learn about each other's businesses and support each other's businesses, whether that may be building or whatever. And that is the genesis of the project. So to kind of close up, I would say that we put the concept together. We're fortunate to win the concept, win the grant supported by USAID. That basically gave us the seed funding to build those two platforms and pay for those two platforms. And those platforms are now open and they're public, and anybody is welcome to join. And it is free and it will continue to be free.
Mr. Carey, again, this is Jackson. Full disclosure, Liba has partnered with LDX, and we are a partner in this process. I like the business portion, and we can talk about that later. But one of the things that attracted me most to this platform is the fact that many Liberian professionals in the diaspora, we don't have a place where our professional credentials are put into one location. And so take, for instance, USAID or all of the 16 US agencies that are doing so much in Africa. They hire people who do not understand our culture, our terrain, and the things that we do, and bring them to Liberia to do some work. And when they're going to hire, when we as Liberian with professionals can do even better, because we were born there, we have both of two worlds, and so we can do better. And so I think this platform would be a place where all of us who are professional can now put, and then these agencies can just go there and say, I need an environmentalist, I need this, instead of sending young Americans who don't understand our culture, our terrain, and the way we do business to do that. That's one of the things that attracted me to this platform.
And I think that's an excellent point. It's a lot of things to a lot of different things to different people, and that is by design. We wanted to keep it open. We wanted to make sure that people use it for whatever they wanted it to be. So in your case, you may use it as a repository for Liberian professionals. In my case, I may use it to find a mechanic or a plumber. In Magdalene and Evan case, they may use it to find somebody who's doing solar in Liberia. And those are all the opportunities that are through this platform.
So in terms of in terms of business, one of the four pillars that you have your business and investment group, growth. Well, we say we promote and facilitate exchanges among investors, investment business professional currently operating in the diaspora. So if, let's take for instance, all of us in the diaspora put, like you see behind me, we have a whole list of Liberian businesses. All of those are Liberian businesses in the diaspora. So we all can put our businesses profile on this platform, and then we'll be easily able to trade or do business among ourselves, or even have the information that we need to function. Is that one of the functions?
That is, yeah, that's one of the key functionalities of the platform. Is for a lot of times it's about registering your business. Your business is geocoded. So, for example, if you're in Minnesota and you have a type of business, and that person goes and search for that type of business, those businesses that are listed in Minnesota come up first. Same thing for Atlanta. Same thing for if you're even in Liberia, those things come up first. And again, it's about Liberians supporting Liberian businesses, everybody lifting each other up. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. But let's take, for instance, a young Liberian in Liberia has an idea, right, or an invention. How does he benefit from this platform?
Well, I think what he can do is that first and foremost, he register on the platform. As I mentioned before, it is free. He registers on the community app platform, and then he can even register on the business exchange or the web app platform. The names are interchangeable, but really the community app platform is where a lot of the engagement takes place. And that engagement is, if he has an idea, he can enter into what we call our business club. And in that place, he can have discussions with other Liberians in Liberia, in the diaspora, like-minded Liberians, and they can come together. So, for example, you're looking for people to invest in his ideas. That can be the start point that he can go and seek those type of investment. And that investment doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. That investment could be, through advice, through partnerships, through other type of linkages. So all those things are possible. As I mentioned, I think it's different things for different people, and you use it as you see fit. And so our goal was to create this platform that was free to all Liberians, that they could get on and start to have those dialogues, get out of the silos, stop working by yourself, and partner up with each other.
Okay. I got two questions, Roland. My first question is for a Liberian listening right now in Liberia or in America, where do they go to be able to be a part of LDX? Number one. Number two, you mentioned something about LDX not being just for businesses, but also there's a social dimension to it, where organizations and different people can interact on the platform. Can you put some color to that aspect of it as well? But the first question, of course, if somebody wants to get involved, where can they find out more information, and how can they get into the platform?
Okay. So the first thing, and there's something that I should have done actually, was to put a QR code on my background so that folks could use their smartphone. I'll take advantage of that next time for those who are watching online. But the first thing is that the website is www.liberiadx.com, www.liberiadx.com. That is the place where you go and you can register your business, you can register yourself, you can register your service. The community app is done through via a downloadable app in the Google Play Store or on the Apple iOS store, iOS store. That application is called Mighty Network. And you go there, you download Mighty Network, and you type in Liberia Diaspora Exchange, and that will take you to a Liberia Diaspora Exchange. You click on Join Now, and your quote unquote application will be approved quickly. And then you are joined, you have entered the Liberian Diaspora Exchange. So those are the two ways, through the www.liberiadx.com, and then also through Mighty Network, through the Apple Store or the
Android
Google
store.
Play Store, Android store.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an Apple man myself.
Google Play Store. Cool.
So Ms. Akira, how big is this network in terms of membership?
It's a startup network. We have a few hundred members right now, but we're growing every day. We recently just signed a partnership agreement with another Liberian, Philomena.com, to engage on our social media platform. So it's going to be not platform, but to engage on social media to promote those two platforms, and that is what we're going to do. So we're going to see a substantial growth over the next few months. and weeks, but it takes a little bit of time. We're a few hundred members, but we're growing strong every day.
Wow.
Okay, so so one of your key objective is to enable a member of your network. So as you enable them, is it compulsory? Is it part of your goals that those that you enable, those that you enable come back to Liberia or help to promote the sector here as well? Is it compulsory, or you just leave it open to see who comes back or who contributes to national development?
It is not an explicit part of our goal that they return to Liberia. A Liberian everywhere is a Liberian. So, our goal really is to get Liberians everywhere talking to each other so that we can be able to leverage our united resources to move in one direction. And it's not just the goal of us, it's also the goal of the Liberian Diaspora Engagement Policy, or the draft policy. That's one of the strong pillars in that draft policy. So it's about getting Liberians in the diaspora to talk to each other, getting Liberians to invest with each other. And that investment may take investment in the US, but it can also take investment in Liberia as well. The key thing is that it's not something specific just for the diaspora, it's also for Liberians as well in the country. So those two things are going on at the same time. There's an opportunity for Liberians in Liberia to invest in each other, as well as the diaspora, and it's worldwide. I know we're starting with the United States, but the once it's in the web, it's in the web, and it's worldwide.
Good. I don't know, I may have missed it, but did you throw some color around the social interaction aspect? Let's say for people that are not, organizations are not really businesses.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the great question, Bobby. One of the first things we did was we signed MOUs with diaspora community organizations such as Mr. George's organization in Minnesota. We also signed agreement with organizations in Atlanta, organizations in Washington, D.C., and we're always looking for more people to sign agreements with and MOUs with. And basically, it's about that social interaction. Once you're on the community app, there is something called a space, and in that space, it's where you do a lot of the talking. You can do your business promotion on the space. For example, you have a flyer for an event coming up. You can post it there. All the members can see it. That goes into supporting each other's events. And as I mentioned, anybody anywhere can post their flyer or come up there and have a discussion and talk about what they have going on, and see if there's somebody who is of like mind, who's want to further those discussions and potentially, partner up together, investment, education, whatever it could be.
So Roland, quick question. So someone will wonder, is it free? Is this app free for all? Secondly, take for instance a young investor or inventor, a young Liberian in Liberia, put his ideas together, put it on the platform, and then somebody with money just take that idea and use it. So what is the protection put in place to safeguard people who don't have the finances but have the ideas, so that people who are in the diaspora with finances are not taking advantage of those people using the ideas to make money?
No, that's a great question. I think that first and foremost, the platform is free for all Liberians. It will continue to be free. And you bring up an excellent point about intellectual property. There is always a risk when you reach out. I have to be honest with that. But I think that you, as an individual, you have to safeguard your intellectual property. I would say the very first thing you really need to do is to register your intellectual property with the office in Monrovia, the WIPO office in Monrovia, and then you can go on and have those type of discussions. But I have to admit that there is a risk that someone may take your idea. But if you're looking for an investor, you could do certain things such as sign an NDA, or only share after that person signs the NDA. there's a couple of other things you could do to kind of protect yourself.
All right, just for clarity, NDA is a non-disclosure
Non-disclosure
agreement. Okay.
Sorry, non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
Can I come in again? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Who calling me? Yeah, stop calling me. We're ready to take calls yet. So I'm looking at some of your objectives, and I hope at the right area is to one of your objectives, and which of course you said to empower diaspora communities. So, and then I'm seeing here strengthen our diaspora communities for the purpose of national development. So it said the U.S. Is that part of your objectives?
It is part of our objectives. I think.
So it said. It said for the national development. I want you to please make some clarity on that. I'm getting a little bit confused here.
Okay, I was losing you a little bit. I didn't hear you clearly, but let me. I'll say that I think the objectives you're reading is the objectives of the diaspora exchange. The diaspora engagement policy. And our key objective is to promote the diaspora engagement policy. And so I would say that because we promote the diaspora engagement policy, that forms part of our objectives. But again, we are not pushing anyone to do anything specifically. It all happens organically. It all is about what Liberians want to do. And we're here to support Liberians in whatever they want to do, whether it's in Liberia or in the diaspora.
Okay, I just wanted you to make some clarity.
So Roland,
with regards to the national development, whether it was the U.S. or Liberia.
No, if you're speaking about the diaspora engagement policy, then it references.
No, but I got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Roland, let's just put this in practical terms. I am in Liberia. I sign up on this platform. I own a business. Let's say I own a printing press, and there are other printing press companies in the diaspora that's on your platform. How do we go about connecting? I just want to give me a practical. Yeah.
So when you sign up, you there are two things again. When you sign up for the community app, which is a little bit more open, that one is mainly about the dialogue and the engagement. So when you sign up for the community app, you put a short bio about yourself as an individual, and then you can put something there about your business that this is what I'm into. I'm into printing. I'm into screen printing, paper printing, whatever the other types of printings are. And those things are listed as part of your bio. And if you have a website, you put your website there. And all those things are searchable and people can go there and find. So for example, if they type in the word printing on the community app, you will be one of those that are pulled up. On the web app or the business exchange app, I use those terms interchangeably, www.liberiadx.com. On that one, when you register your business there, you will put all the information that you do. So if you're printing, your screen printing, whatever other type of printing that you do, flyers, posters, billboards, whatever it may be, you will put it there. You will put your location. And what happens is that when somebody is looking for that particular service, they go into www.liberiadx.com and they type in printing, and they're in Liberia, your business will be one of the ones that are pulled up first. So if you think about it, if there's 100 businesses, but I'm in Liberia, so most likely I'm looking for somebody in Liberia. Those businesses will come up first. If I'm looking for businesses outside of Liberia, I can put in the location I'm looking for. Let's say I'm looking for a business in Minnesota. I put in Minnesota, and then the Minnesota businesses come up. So all those things are searchable, and it's flexible to allow all those things to take place.
Okay.
Yes. So let me just come in quickly. Mr. Kirit, are there success stories for this app? Maybe people who have logged on, that have taken back to you to say because of the app, I've got a contract or a job or other. Do you have success stories since you launched your project?
No, as I mentioned, it's a startup. We officially launched on July 22nd at the Liberian Embassy in Washington, D.C. The community app has been going a little bit longer. On those community app, those dialogues and conversation have been taking place. We know that people have met new people on the community app, but on the web app or the business exchange app, those things is fairly new. We are just ramping up for that. But I'm sure, and one of the requirements is that we're not, to be honest with you, we're not tracking success stories. We want it to be organic. We don't want to be to push people in any different directions. And what we do is provide the information, provide the opportunity, provide the platform, and then those things should happen organically. But we're still growing.
All right.
Maybe the next time you invite me back, I will have something concrete to tell you and say this happened specifically to us, I should say.
Excellent. So this is Bobby. I have a question. From the way it sounds pretty similar, and I don't know if Jackson is there, to what the Liberian Business Association kind of does. So I can see why there's somewhat of a marriage between the two. But can you tell me what the differences are between what LDX is and what LIBA is?
So I think I can just tell you what LDX is, and then Mr. George is probably more.
But are you a member of LIBA? Are you a member?
Am I a member of LIBA? No.
Yeah.
We're not a member of LIBA.
I guess you're partners.
Yeah, we're partners. We partner with
Okay.
LIBA for the execution of this initiative.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just curious, and I'm sure a lot of people listening to want to know. Okay, what's the difference between this and LIBA, and then also maybe what's the difference between this and maybe a Chamber of Commerce, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you can throw some color on that, that'd be great.
Sure. I think that we go back to our initial purpose, which was really around the promotion of the diaspora engagement policy. That's how we initially started. And then through our concept, we said, okay, well, after we promote the policy, we don't just go away. We need something that's sustainable. We need something that Liberians could utilize after the discussion about the policy. I mean, I think you go out, you do an event for the policy. After the event, some people take away something, some people do not. But how do we create something that is sustainable and lasts long after the event? And that's why we created a web platform that allows for those type of interactions that we've been talking about over the last hour. We don't compete with the LIBA or the Chamber of Commerce. As you mentioned, we've signed a partnership agreement with LIBA, and then we are in discussions with the Chamber of Commerce right now to sign a partnership with them as well. I think that the platform is open for everybody. That's a key thing, and one of the things that we've always stressed is that we have to kind of get out of working in our own fence, basically. American men say in your silo, but we got to get our own fence. We got to lower our fence a little bit, and we got to work along with each other so that we can grow.
Roland, I think we are far behind in this process. LIBA, we created an app as well, just on our phones that you can access data and information. But this is a blessing for our country. Let me put it that way. The fact that we can have a meeting place to be able to share ideas and talk about how we can develop our homeland is a blessing. Not only people in the diaspora, but Liberians back home. So, like when I say we're far behind, other countries have exchange platforms already, and so I'm very grateful for you guys putting our ideas together to give us a platform where we can transact business and get our country on the track of moving forward again. From our small business point of view,
Thank you.
Yeah, so Mr. Jackson, you put it well. I'm getting a little bit confused. Whenever, Liberia is like, is optional, not optional, but your whole focus is just on the U.S., on the diaspora members of the community. I feel jealous constructively because I believe, but Liberia is far behind. Yeah, so whenever you guys are talking about these things, I just want to know how we can benefit from all of these opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah, and you are Liberian, Mr. Karen, a Liberian, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
You just
You hear the man
Right
talking?
in Congo.
no, Mr. Jackson George. I went to the supermarket the other day, and a Lebanese guy was following me. I know he went to check up what I wanted to get him, but he was just acting nice. And the guy was speaking a colloquial more than even me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
He
least,
was
I
speaking.
mean, you in Liberia. I went to the Mall of America, and this guy was speaking Liberian English. He's selling telephone.
Yeah.
So he said
I
he was
got
born in
confused.
Firestone. In the Mall of America in Minnesota, a white guy speaking Liberian English, born in Firestone.
Yeah.
Grew up in
You
Liberia.
see?
Wow.
Yeah. So you know, we just celebrated our 176 years, and we are 200. I think 200 years, all right?
Yeah.
We're not that one.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah,
200
celebrate.
years, so-
176 ain't 200 years.
On a serious note, I think we in the diaspora, especially Liberians who are business owners in the diaspora, and I want to speak directly to Liberians who are business owners. Look, our platform that we've created, Liberian Business Association in the diaspora, is just exactly this LDS platform is exactly to buttress what we are doing, and that is why I have taken interest into it. We have wasted too much time in the diaspora and not investing in our home. We have not done a good job. And for most of us who are investing, we have not coordinated our investment. We are doing it separately. We are doing it individually. We need to start networking and coordinate our investment. Even the remittances that we've committed to Liberia, our remittances have not been tailored into economic development. And so these are the kind of a platform that will begin to transform some of the things that we need to do to get our country bring economic development. Look, the young people in our country we need to find jobs. We need to create enough jobs for the young people to be able to be busy and do things on their own. So Roland, I'm very excited. We will do everything from our end to work with you guys to make sure that this is a success.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And I think what you said spurred on a thought in my head is that I just wanted to let everybody know that through the community app, in that community app, you can have events. So if you want to have an investor forum, you can host an investor forum in the community app, and you can go live in the community app. You can show the investor forum. You can have discussions in there. So all those things are possible. You can chat in there. You can go live in there. I know we like to go live. We can go live in there. You can host your different events all throughout this web, throughout the community application. And then on the website, you can put your business and put your ideas or whatever it may be up there. And then like-minded people can get together. As I said, we just need to lower our fence a little bit and start to work with our neighbors.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Do you have an office now active in Liberia? Even though you said you started in July.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking whether you have. Yes.
Yeah, we do have an office. We have an office.
Where you have an office in?
Yeah, we have an office in Liberia. We have an office between 16th and 17th Street, Cheeseman Avenue, over there. But everything can be done virtually. I'm in Liberia right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so to join. We can send you the code to join. We can send you an invite to join. Again, if you want to sign up, you go to LiberiaDX. You got to spell Liberia out. www.liberiadx.com. And then from there, you can join right there and put your information in there. And then you will be part of it and upload it, so to speak.
You must be a business person or a professional.
Yeah, I am. I call myself a private sector specialist. I'm working in.
No, I'm talking about to log in. Probably anyone want to log in.
To log in.
But yes.
No, I think there is twofold. If you want to be listed on the Business Exchange app, you I don't necessarily think you have to be a registered business. You can offer a service. So, for example, if you're a plumber and you have plumbing skills, you can log in and put your plumbing services there. You sell in timber, you can put your timber services there. You don't necessarily have to have you don't necessarily have to be in the formal sector to log into the web or Business Exchange and put that information there. On the community application side, no, That information, you can just join. You can go, you can search for people who are like-minded or in the area of interest and start to engage with them. All those things are possible.
Roland, quick question. I believe in
Mhm.
public-private partnership, right? I think that's one of the areas where we help bring development and employment of young. So let's take, for instance, the Ministry of Commerce has a project, or forestry, or any one of those ministry. Can they also use this platform to put forth, a request of RFP? Can they do that as well? Would
Yeah,
people
yes, they
have
can.
access? Okay.
Yes, they can. It's not prohibited for anybody to upload information as long as it's, of course, as long as it's appropriated, information and things like that. It's open for them. Last time I posted something from the Ministry of Commerce website.
And would USAID or Project Power Africa, all of these 16 US agencies that support overseas investment, would they have access to the same platform as well, so that Liberians in Liberia can have the access that we have to see some of these big projects as well?
Yeah, yes, they will have access to it. I think that again, it's open, and by open I mean that it's for everybody to use, and we can form strategic relationships with people who want to have certain areas circled off for specific type of items. So, for example, let's say the furniture makers in the Republic wants to have a separate area within the community app. We can do it there, and all the members can go there and dialogue and share information, and buy and sell from each other as necessary. Let's say, for example, I win a contract and I'm looking for additional chairs. I can go up there and and say, "Oh, I'm looking for chairs," and people who sell chairs can come and find me. All those things are possible. It's when we say open source platform, that's basically what it is.
That's very good. I mean, for for an organization or business, like how much time do you have to spend on this platform to be able to really benefit? You think it's something like maybe you visit every once a day or every couple of days a week or something like that? What are your thoughts?
I think right now, I would say to be honest with you, I would just say yes. And it really depends. I will make it one of the things you do to search. When you download the platform, one of the things you can do is turn on your notifications, and then when something new is posted, it pings you. You can take a quick look to see if it's open, if it's something that you're interested in. If not, then you move forward. So, I mean, like in everything, it depends.
So, Roland, another question. Would there be an administrator who would be linking business to business, or you would just leave it as a free flow for people? So let's take, for instance, in the back end, if you saw a potential customer in Liberia, a business in Liberia, and a potential business in the diaspora, will you be working to link them together, or are you just going to leave this open for people to do on their own?
The short answer is we're going to do both. And I think it's necessary to do both. I think a lot of times it has to be organic to make sure that if you're pushing people together, it may create some type of it may not. When it doesn't go right, it might create something else, as opposed to when people get together by themselves. The other side of it is that we will be hosting virtual exchanges on the platform. So one of the ideas that we're talking about is having restaurants in the U.S. do a virtual exchange with restaurants in Monrovia. It's not a fully 100% idea put together right now, but that's one of the reasons why we're working with Philomena to kind of put those virtual exchanges together, so that people who work in the same industry can start to talk and try to figure out new angles of doing business. We don't have the answers. We don't have all the answers, but if we put people together and we talk, maybe they can find a solution that solves their problems.
Yeah, I have a question, and I guess this may go more to Liberian Business Association. So since you're partnered with LDX, Liberia Diaspora Exchange, how do your businesses interact with LDX, Jackson?
Well, right now we are kind of uploading our businesses on the platform. We have not started getting into operations yet. We're still in a recruitment mode and trying to community outreach, trying to get our community to understand these things. One of the challenges that we as Liberians have, we don't put interest in some of these things as other Africans would do, like the Ghanaians or
True.
Nigerians jump
Yeah,
on
that's very true.
and take it as an opportunity. We are slacking, we are lacking, but I think this is one of the good platforms for some of us who are saying uh, we Liberians need to take our economy back. We cannot take back our economy if we are not networking, if we are not understanding all of the resources we have. We have immense resources in our community, in our country. As Liberians, Liberians are doing well. It's just a matter that we don't sit on a table in the nighttime and talk to ourselves and say, you got cement factory. Let's just buy all the cement from you. You got money wiring company. Why should Liberians be sending money through Sendwave when we have a Liberian company that sends money? We have my watchman. Why don't we all support this $2? Why don't we all support my watchman? We have major companies that are struggling in our country. It's all because we do not support ourselves. We do not see ourselves as we don't want to make one person a millionaire, and that's our hurt. It's okay. I want to tell Liberians it's okay for a Liberian to become a millionaire. It is okay for a Liberian to be rich. Uh, you know, um, and I say this because look, I own a liquor store in a state with 45,000 Liberians. My clientele, I got 1% Liberian supporting my store. But in a community, every Saturday I'm donating. I'm invited to donate to places and other things. So it is okay to make a Liberian rich. It is okay for a Liberian to be successful, and we need to start accepting that. And once we start accepting that, then we will not be passing by our stores to go buy sardine, the same sardine from India that the other people sell, the same sardine we sell. But we pass by the Liberian man sardine store and go and buy the sardine with the same date on it, the same content and everything. So it is one of our problems. If we can work towards that, we will be successful. Because if a Liberian is successful, a lot of people benefit. The profit is stay down there. You look, I make profit here, my profit go to Liberia, right? So the people who making profit in our country, they're sending that profit outside of our country. So we do the same. So this platform, to me, this platform is a way of us coming together, both Liberian in Liberia and Liberian in the diaspora. We can now start networking. We can now start doing real business as compared to what we were doing before.
So how's your profit coming to Liberia when you got 99.9% of your family members in?
Because I'm building my compound in Liberia. I'm investing in businesses in Liberia. To be honest with you, I don't spend nothing in America again apart from what I already acquired. So
Yeah.
so
That makes me
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. George.
So those are some of the things that we do. Yes, I have most of my family, my immediate family, all of my family is in the United States, but I still have extended families, and I still have other things that we do. Scholarship programs and other things that we do.
We are extended family. Yeah,
Yeah, Mr. George, I would like to talk a little bit about. Yeah, I think most of the people there in the United States, sometimes they complain about, for example, sending goods and services here, for example, to find people to do work for them, some construction work, sometimes to send goods from the States to come to Liberia. Sometimes people here don't get it. Do you think they can also make use of the art and find professionals that can do their work and all of that?
Yes, I think again, one of our problem is that we are not building stronger institutions. We are not using our institutions. We always believe in connections, which is not a bad thing in business. But sometimes you fly from here, you go to Liberia, and you think you should not use the system because most people don't think we have a system. We do have a system, and most of the time we are also destroying the system. Before we even get there, we are destroying the system. If we can just use the system and not bypassing the system because of who we know, at least it will be all right. I'm not saying in America we don't bypass system as well. We do. I mean, business people try to find shortcuts to do things as long as there's a gray area you find. But on a whole, we need to use this platform. There's a Liberian Business Association in Liberia. There's a Liberian Business Association in the diaspora. There are other different networks. Now, you can't want to build a house. If there's a company in Liberia that is a construction company, you sit down with them, talk to them, and build your house. It's not family member. Those people don't understand those things. And you know, if I send $100 to my older brother to put cement around my fence, and my brother took $75 and ate it, you know the first thing you're gonna think? I took care of you when you're little. Don't give me a hard time.
That's true.
You know, so we need to be professional. We need to build strong institutions. And our institutions are not strong because we ourselves are too politically inclined. We see everything through political lens. When this president of this association leaves, he carries all his members with him. The next president can bring in new members, and so the institutions are never strong. We need to stay away from individuals, institutions, go to institution that carry itself, and not Jackson George leave Liba and then Liba dies. Jackson George should not be Liba. The institution should be Liba.
All right. So if you are listening, this is the business economy. We are discussing business, and we have of course Mr. Roland Carey. Carey, yes, and he's the project manager at Liberian Diaspora Exchange. When I heard or when I saw the name, myself to my mind went on something else, but I did not know that it's an app that benefits mostly those in the diaspora. Yeah, so thanks for the education today. At least we'll not be asking what's the rate, the exchange rate.
I tell you.
All right.
It is free.
Bobby Jack won't send money. Way to send money home.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think
so,
it's
yeah, you can go on, sir.
No, I was just saying, I think the platform is good. And also in the spirit of full disclosure, I'm an executive in the Liberian Association here in Atlanta, Georgia. And our association does partner with LDX, because we're dealing with over 30,000 Liberians here. So that involves business, it involves other social interactions and whatnot. So thank you so much for that. Are we going to take some calls?
I think we should. Roland, you know the thing that puzzles me the most? For a platform like this, what it costs to even build a platform like this. We Liberians supposed to be investing into this instead of just, for our country to move forward, man. Look, we have to change our mindset. If it is not me, then it can't be done. No.
And we try to criticize everything.
Yeah, we should seize on these kind of opportunities and make it work. And now if you want to get 3 LDX, that's fine.
Of course, yes.
That's not a problem. But don't stop for this one. Don't hide this one because it's not you who created it or you had an idea. I tell any Liberian, once you have an idea, somebody have already thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't start the Liberian Diaspora Exchange. That started 20-something years ago. Where folks, looking for, when we first came out of the civil crisis, the Diaspora Exchange was started to help the Liberian diaspora support relief efforts in Liberia at the time. So that's about 20 years ago. So we ourselves, is not a new idea. All we do is take an idea and build on it and use information technology to do something slightly different. That's all. So there's no new ideas. I'm sure there are smarter people than us out there who will come out and do something a little bit better, and we look forward for that.
But our kids are smarter than us. They look at this exchange. These old folks, they call Born Before Computer, BBC. So
you're doing it the wrong way.
All right, so we're about to take calls. Sometimes when you hear me, what like residents of benefit, sometimes it's so irritating. I can remember the last time I asked Honorable Snow, we were doing an interview with him. It was I think some part of last year, and I asked what like residents of benefit from everyone's having meeting. And I think that question actually got him provoked. Yeah, but on a serious note, I got applications here that young people have. They didn't even call me this morning. and reminding me about her daughter's application, not to work through FNO, but to connect them with other, applications on my WhatsApp, on my my email, hard copy, because these people, they just young people. Most of them are young people, just want to get something doing. So they don't look at me to be so selfish. Everything I want is about Liberia, but there's the young people already. They are actually craving for opportunities. Let me put it that. All right, so we're about to take a few calls. We got 9 more minutes to go. Wonderful conversation this evening. 077-25-38-19, 077-25-38-19, 0777-253-819. I'll take the first caller. Hello.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
I'm very happy to hear my friend, brother, my classmate, Honorable Captain George.
Okay.
I'm Jeremiah, waiting to you.
Jeremiah Jr. You know him?
Jeremiah Flubber. Jeremiah Flubber. I'm happy to hear your voice. I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you.
Jeremiah, wait a little bit. He's visually impaired. Are you the visually impaired guy that asked me to send him a message?
Yes, I heard that he's visually impaired. I've been looking for him for many years. I'm happy to hear his voice.
Okay, so y'all will connect after. Y'all will have your brotherly conversation.
Michael, please get his number for me. I will connect with him after.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, Jeremiah. All right. Yes,
you can also call us on 0775932170. Like we said, we are discussing this. It's no politics, so we want to see how we can empower Liberia. So Madeline will take a call. Yeah.
Hello. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I listen to the conversation. I want to ask whether someone can be follow on the app, or you can download the app and in your program, the school color network, this or that has to do with network or anything. I want to know if it is possible.
If it is possible to put what your business, like the same question that
it's possible.
was asking.
Yes, I think it's possible, like you said.
No, why you saying it's possible? You will respond to your inquiry, chief. Yeah.
Yeah, so 0775932170. And John.
I think Roland, universities should be jumping on this app. University students should be jumping on this app. Look, companies come to Liberia, they can't find nobody to hire. But we have professionals there.
So, like I said, for example, professional associations, maybe the engineers should get together and get a space. We can do like we open the other partnerships.
Even surveyors, all those things, and you can get up there. You can promote your services. I can come to Liberia and exchange and get a surveyor. I don't need to go begging somebody to send me a surveyor.
I think when we're developing this app, one of the things that's sticking in my mind is that the first thing someone comes to do, and they ask you for somebody, and as soon as something goes wrong, they say, "Oh, let me tell you what your plumber did."
Yes.
Yeah, I'm my plumber.
Your plumber.
It became your plumber now.
Yeah, your plumber now. So,
yeah.
Asking a question. It is, for example, I have my organization, and then everything, but they want to be partnered with the app creator to help me, go further. I was asking whether it is possible to download the app and then get all my information on it or to the site there. Whether it will be possible to do that.
Yeah, Chief. But you lend out. Not in fly though.
Well, I was saying to it because I'm saying there's an organization where you have everything, the overview, everything prepared yesterday in there.
Yeah, what would say the mail will respond to you? You enter your question already. Yeah, he will respond to you. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Mr. George can talk more about that. We're a professional organization, like you said, the engineering.
Mr. Kerry,
the engineering association, the plumbers association, the carpenters, the masoners, all of them can get on the app
Yeah, but you need to have your articles of incorporation, register with the business registry. So these are things, and they may not come to target, but I think this is something that you can just come because you have a business. No, you have to be a registered chief.
Mhm.
Is that right? Or you can just open to business, anyone doing business?
You can bypass the system.
Yeah, you can't bypass the system. But I would also say this, that we know that we're in a place where there are a lot of people who have services that may not necessarily have a business. So you can put your service there. You can be that plumber there if you don't have your your article incorporation. All this, you can put your service there,
Yeah.
and they can find you. But other thing we want to mention about the business exchange application is that as people use you, they can write a review on you, and they can rate you, so to speak. So if you go there and you do an excellent job, you'll be rated excellently. But if you go there and do a poor job, you can be rated negatively. So it's about really having being a place of resource for Liberians to go and get good people and get good service. So it's not just about having your service there, everybody doing it.
So Madeline, let me just add to that point. Most businesses of Fortune 500 businesses in the United States started from basements. So a person who can lay tie without a business can put his name there, start laying tie, and then register his business and start a business. A plumber who does not have a business can put his name there, put his services. Once he starts making money, he can register his business. We can move those people from the informal sector to formal sector. And so that's what this platform is all about, to grow individuals into that.
But
I'm curious. I have
but you need to know that the services. You need to know the services that as an individual, the services that whether if anything goes wrong, let me put it this way. If you bring in an individual on the platform or any other business organization, if anything goes wrong, should we hold this platform responsible? Because you have to do counter check before allowing them or giving them permit to be on the platform. So I don't know what's your response to that.
I think it's an excellent point. I'll say this: we don't have all the answers. As a startup, what we're trying to do is to really get as many people using it as possible. The initial step is to have people rate your service.
Correct.
So the very first thing we want to do is that when you put your information in there, you're going to be reviewed by an administrator. The administrator will approve you or go back to you and say, no, we need more information. So it's not just come and you approve immediately. If I give that impression, at least for the Business Exchange app, then I'm sorry, I gave the wrong impression for the Business Exchange app. On the community app, you can join immediately and start that interaction or discussion. But the very first step is to get approved. To get approved is that you have to put as much information as possible. And we ourselves will do, quote unquote, a little bit of due diligence, even though we know that it's limited. The second thing about it is that when people use your service, you will be rated. So if you do poor in your service, providing the services, or your business doesn't do well, you will be rated negatively, 1 star, versus you can think of 5 star to 1 star. And then when someone goes and search for, let's use the printer as an example. When someone goes to search for printers in Monrovia, they're gonna see all your ratings. They're gonna say, okay, this shop is a 5-star shop. All the customers have written this shop 5-star, so they know they're going to get good service, or the likelihood of getting good service is higher than if you go to a service that only got 1 star. And that's how, and typically that's how it works. Most people, in America, they got something called a credit rating. They got a Better Business Bureau. They rate you based on your past performance, and that's how we're operating at this point. And as we get more information, gather more information, we will adjust accordingly.
Okay, Bobby.
Yeah, I was just gonna to try to answer your question. I don't know, the way I see it, this LDX, the Liberian Diaspora Exchange, is just a platform. I don't know that they would take responsibility for the actions of everybody on the platform. As Kerry did mention that there's a rating system, so you are rated. okay, by the person that you do the work for. And so people look at that rating and then it will determine if they want to work with you or not, you know. So
So
I
man,
think,
yeah. So the way I see it, let's say you say you can lay tie.
yeah.
You apply
Mhm.
to be on the platform. So the system administrator would take that and say, show me some of the work that you've done.
Exactly.
Then
Okay.
they will
Yes.
call the people
Give
who
you
you
your
work,
references.
the references. Then they will
Yeah.
call
Okay.
the references before the references. Yeah, he's good. Okay, then we'll put you on the platform. So is that just
Oh, okay.
Peter and John on the
Yes.
platform? They say
Yeah,
yes.
just that or else Mr. Jackson George $1 million how you barely
But it begs the
No,
question.
To be frank with
It
you,
begs the question.
my heart are more house are building. I'm building a mud house.
I
you know
doubt
it.
it. I doubt it. But hey, listen, guys. It begs the question: if these businesses are vetted in that way and they
Mhm.
do something wrong, what is the repercussion of that?
But it's just a better business bureau, though. I mean,
Mhm.
the rating people will go. The repercussion would be that people who they've done wrong to can go on this platform and say it, and nobody else will use them.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Ah.
but there's a legal system as well. We are countries of law, so there's a legal system that person can sue the person, but that rating will be on this platform. It's never going to go away.
with pictorial evidence with all the way you did not
The way you face my window and the window lane, they're coming from one country, you know.
I think I really understand it now. Liberia Diaspora Exchange. I really understand it now. Thank you. So are you connected with the Liberia Diaspora Network or is it the same thing? Is it the network or exchange?
We are the Liberian Diaspora
I
Exchange.
okay, so you do have the Liberia Diaspora Network. I took the network, Liberia Diaspora Network, to be the same as Liberia Diaspora Exchange.
Mhm.
So, Madeline, you see what I say? We all doing good, but we just need to come together and share ideas, share resources, and our country will move faster than it's going right now.
Okay.
So at the end of the
All
day,
right.
we're not we're I wouldn't call what we are. The Diaspora Exchange is about taking what we're doing in silos and in our high fences and
Correct.
putting it all together. And so if we can do that, we can all work together, however much, however little as possible, and hopefully we can go further together than if we go by ourselves. And I think that's that's our motto. We want to go together.
Michael, let me ask you a question. Right now, the United States is looking for nurses, right? Or doctors, right? A lot of nurses. Now, where do they go to even begin the process to say, okay, I want to go to the United States or Canada to work for 2 years and come back home and contribute to Liberia? These are the things this platform would do. Get that kind of information, put it there so that people can go to one area, find information, and do things. Right now, the information all over the place, you know.
Okay.
Sorry when I say
All right.
I don't want our nurses leaving from Liberia to come to the States because then our hospitals will have nurses. So
All right. So yeah, so I got it. Liberia Diaspora Exchange, and so I think I was out in and out when you or maybe did not get you. So are you on social media where yes, I mean where someone is there to help someone out with information and your website as well, apart from the app?
Yes. Hopefully you can hear me. You're breaking a little bit, but
Okay.
the website, of course, again is www.liberiadx.com. This is where you initially go and put your information. You can also go to the Google Play Store and the Apple Store and download Mighty Network and look for the Liberia Diaspora Exchange. That will put you to the community app. We recently signed a social media agreement, a social media promotion agreement with Philomena.com, and she will be managing our social media presence. So moving forward shortly, you will see us more active on social media. As I said, we're a startup. We launched less than a month ago, or actually a month ago. But we'll continue to redefine our processes and get better as we get more information, more feedback from the diaspora as well as Liberia. And you said something earlier. You said, most times this thing is focused on the diaspora. We're not. We granted it's called a diaspora exchange, but it's not really just to diaspora people talking to each other. It's about the diaspora talking to Liberians. And that is where the exchange takes place. The exchange takes place when the diaspora speaks to Liberia and vice versa. Let me say that.
Okay, so we gotta go. We are in like 6 minutes into another program. Bobby.
Okay.
All right. Well, this has been awesome as usual. I'm glad we had Mr. Roland Carey here today from the Liberian Diaspora Exchange. Magdalene, I hope you can somehow get the web address in the banner here so people can refer to it later. I've typed it in the chat.
Okay.
Mr. Carey, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us and advertise this program to the Liberian community in the States and in Liberia and all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to to joining you. Once we get more information, we can share more things down the line. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mr. Carey. Okay.
So yeah, guys.
Are you related to the Carey people?
Magdalene, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. So Carey, you want to tell me you in my hometown, Grand Bassa County, because the plane behind you, you in Bassa, you.
No,
So guys,
again, blind.
For this LDX, I want to speak directly to the young people in Liberia. This is a platform. If you're at any university or whatever training you're doing or whatever course you're in, use this platform. If you own a business, if you want, this platform could help you get someone to help you to do your business plan, could help you do something. Just put in there, I'm looking for someone to help me do business plan. We got plenty of retired professionals out here who are willing to give up some time, but they don't have anything to do. Use it. Use the power in your hand, that cell phone.
Yes.
Use it. It's a machine that is made this world a global village. So young people, don't run out of patience. We getting there. Like we getting there. The puzzle is coming together slowly. So I just tell you guys, keep fighting. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, Mr. Carey, for the time. We learned a lot from you, and may God bless our homeland.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See you next week. All right.
Thank you.
We
gotta go. Thank you so much. I think thanks to our panelists for today and the guests as well.
Yeah.
A wonderful edition of the program. We'll be here now, and Madeline said, "Let's Friday."
So we will be here.
So
so I want to apologize to our online viewers.
Yes.
That's so bad of me. So please be reading.
Yeah,
we'll
really be recognizing the next week.
Yeah,
many of
yeah. Baku,
yes.
Pawi, Peter Dan, Papi Keita, Andrew Chocom, James, Nessie, Jaras, Gold Power, Francis Amodi, Yawa, Sekuture. Thanks to every one of you for watching. We gotta go, and we want to say goodbye. Thanks for following. See you on Monday.